father was putting his 3-year-old daughter to bed when she stopped to say her prayers. She said, "Thank you for Mommy, thank you for Daddy, thank you for Grandma, and goodbye, Grandpa. Amen." The father said, "Why did you say goodbye, Grandpa?" And she said, "It just seemed like the right thing to do." He didn't think too much of it until the next day when they got a phone call that the grandfather had passed away. He thought it must just be a coincidence. But a few weeks later, they were saying their prayers, and she said, "Thank you for Mommy, thank you for Daddy, and goodbye, Grandma. Amen." And the father said, "Why'd you say that?" She said, "I don't know, just seemed right." And the next day, they got another phone call that the grandmother had passed away. So at this point, the father's a little concerned, but he says nothing until a couple weeks later when she's saying her prayers and she says, "Thank you for Mommy, and goodbye, Daddy. Amen." Now the father, to himself, is freaking out. He doesn't want to upset his daughter. But the next day, he gets up early, he drives to work slowly, he has a terrible day at work, he's clumsy because he's trying to avoid any kind of incident. He drives home slowly, and at the stroke of midnight, he walks back in the house knowing he survived. And he says to his wife, "Man, I've had the worst day of my entire life." And the wife says, "Yeah, well, you think that's bad? The mailman dropped dead on the front porch."